Kirov reporting.
Hello and welcome. My name is Anthony Albit, and today we are going to discuss an absolutely hottest topic these days. I wasn't planning to start this series of videos with Formula One, but it is what it is. I just can't escape it. It is about the sports I love and about society simultaneously. Today, we are going to talk about the most hated person in the modern Formula One paddock, Nikita Mazepin, and other Formula One drivers who were considered bad over there one way or another. To start with, first, let me clarify one important thing over here. I'm not planning to discuss talents today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to avoid doing that simply because it's not the point. The point we are going to consider here today is money. Or let me rephrase it with an even better term, wealth. Wealth and its best friend, jealousy. The world we are living in together, our society, is trying its best to look like it is a saint. More time passes by, more saint, at least in media, we are trying to look. Every kettle will soon work as a propaganda machine with a camera and Wi-Fi module installed. You won't be able to take a shit without someone telling you about how to do it the right way, the way no one will be offended by your disgusting practice. At the same time, most of us understand that when we shit, we shit. Like it or not, it's a fact. Exactly the same way it works with wealth. There is no such thing as equality in our world, like it or not. Equality for everybody means the worst form of communism, and it is worst application. And before you start whining about your rights, I tell you this. It's not about rights at all. It is about the outcome, which is always different, no matter how equal the rights are. Why? Well, because we are competitive beings and competition is a hard job. Very hard. This allowed us to get out of the caves a long time ago. The competition split our society into classes. Competition and desire to be better than some guy out there, at the end of the day, was the main reason why we invent sports in general, and Formula One in particular. Competition, when someone's father is successful, doesn't look like something bad. The good old American dream. So, tell me please, what is wrong with Nikita Mazepin then? I was following his career for a while and I have to admit he is a very competitive person on track, straightforward, sharp and aggressive. Does that qualities of his insult you in any way? Maybe. And I probably won't ask you why. From what I can see, it doesn't seem that his driving skills are the reason for hate. He's actually fun to follow during the race. So, if that's not the point, then what? Something else must be going on here. Oh yes, there is, of course. It is the money. It is the way how Mazepin got into Formula One. And it's jealousy, because he's very, very different. This is why people are so pissed off. Have you ever thinking, oh, this fellow bought a place to drive. Why then don't he sit quietly being slow somewhere behind? Because of competition, remember. Not sure that competition gene transfers every time. I'm pretty sure it is the opposite. But in the case of Grand Prix drivers, the gene is definitely there. Nikita's father was able to get his son into the cockpit. I agree. So what? He was more competitive in his time and has every right to do whatever he feels right for his family. Not for me, not for you. Exactly the same thing happened when Lance Stroll entered Formula One. So much hate for the same reason. But you know what? I like Stroll, and I think he has the right to prove himself, the same way Mazepin does. Formula One was always this way. It was never a sport of the poor. It's not soccer, when all you need is a ball, tracks, cars, equipment, people, you name it. Motorsport is an expensive toy to play with. And in case you think Esteban Ocon got into Formula One for free, you are very wrong. Somebody or someone has to support you to compete at any level in racing. What difference does it make if it is Ron Dennis from McLaren or Carlos Slim or your own father or both? You're going to say talent? Well, this is why in the very beginning I told you I have no desire to discuss talents. Especially taking into consideration that all of the drivers in the paddock are and were in fact very successful in the youngster championships. Pedro Diniz frequently displayed Jean Alesi's level of skills. Sergio Perez and Pastor Maldonado, they are Grand Prix winners. God forbid me to name Niki Lauda, whose nickname was The Rat, or Ayrton Senna. Both aggressive, competitive, in a way terrible people, and very, very wealthy ones, who've been loved and hated by millions. Allow me to ask you something, please. Formula One was and is one of the best competitions in the whole world. It became this way mostly because of the people who's been willing to invest their own money into it. So tell me, isn't it great that thanks to Lawrence Stroll and his son, we have Aston Martin back in sports today? Isn't it great that Haas team is able to compete in championship because of Dmitry Mazepin and his son? What about the legendary Williams and Latifi family? Questions are almost rhetorical. But still, finalizing everything I said here, personally and from those who agree with me, I'd like to thank all of these guys over there who are risking their lives to make us happy, their families, sponsors, supporters, all the boys and girls involved in creating the world that we call Formula One. Thank you, people. You mean a lot to us. And it looks like that was all I wanted to say in this episode. Thank you for watching it. Support is very important. So do not forget to subscribe, like or dislike this video, leave comments and ring the bell. Enjoy the racing and the things it is about. Leave politics and jealousy at home. Thank you for being with me. See you next time.